So, hello, once again, P-40 practice strafing mission. So let's get on SLT SteelSkies Metal War training server. Once again, I'm late, 30 minutes late. Not good. I should be earlier. Should be there earlier. Okay, I'm gonna check my stream. Let's get on. Okay, stream is okay. Standard chat message, and we're good to go. It's going to be practice strafing mission. I will do taxiing, taking off, practice formation pattern, then I will do some simulated route flying or route flying. So, Beaulieu airfield, standard P-40, US Army Air Force, standard livery, 700 meters okay, 100% fuel okay, and start. So now we successfully completed first mission stage, pre-flight, or how you say it, I don't know how to call it. And the second mission stage is airfield activities between spawning and taking off. First I will check my, track IR is okay. Joystick is fine. Set up my taxiing set up parameters which the same for stabilized climbing attitude except of RPM, and the same will be for taking off except canopy closed, canopy open. So 70% elevator trim up, that's 5.5. 5.5 to the left. Rudder trim up, aileron wouldn't work, and engine start. Cold shutters have closed, and I think all set to go. Of course, that's the same mission program, the same location. Here's my parking point. I will do taxiing towards this roll into start readiness position. Then I will do roll into the start part, and we'll do takeoff. I forgot to check the timing. Okay, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Lights on. That's plenty of timing for me. plenty of time for me to complete mission program, and I will add some route flying. This time I'm Historical Air War training server isn't available, will not be available. So I want to make my mission look like a little bit more realistic. I'm missing that route flying. It's good for me, and we good to go. Of course, in case of group mission, it will be more more mission parts, more communication, less it will require more time for each mission part. So once again I will do my asphalt tarmac taxiing, and I need to set 1030 RPM. It's 1045, it's too much. I will go too quickly, and that's 1020 RPM. This is ideal for P-40 for such weather conditions. If it's cooler, it's gonna be too much. If it's hotter air, it's gonna be not enough because of engine characteristics. And that was a minor circling attempt. I wasn't able to prevent my right wheel touching the gravel, so I have slowed me down a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by my watch. I'm trying to control the stream on my cell phone. To be sure it's okay. So I don't watch the screen, I'm sorry. Clumsy. Very clumsy. Taxiing. My goddamn cell phone didn't want to cooperate, and I've touched the throttle lever on my joystick. I hate that. So I've changed. Once again, that was another circling attempt. I would say I'm rusty. I need more practicing. One time, and I practice every 2 weeks. That's not enough. You should practice at least once a week. Those World War II airplanes required and still require good practicing, or you will hurt yourself in real life. And pretty good physics in this game. You can feel that after being grounded, after not being practicing for 2 weeks, for a week, you feel rusty, you do not feel fresh, capable of doing things. You need some training, some operational skills recovery, Well, anyway, P-40 is the most comfortable aircraft for me in terms of handling. I love it. Some might say this taxiing speed is quite low. I wouldn't say that. It's a normal taxiing speed. Safe, steady. Good for controlling your airplane. Asphalt tarmac has got very good grip but very low traction. So not traction but rolling drag characteristics. And we're there. Now I'm at my rolling to start readiness position. 060 heading, that's perpendicular to 150 takeoff heading, and now I'm quite late. Now it's okay, 3 minutes till rolling to start. My start time will be 10 hours 6 minutes 0 seconds, and I was indiscreet, too much power, so I was forced to use brakes, very short braking, and we're good to go. Throttle forward in 5 seconds till 39 inches. Okay, executed well, you can adjust it, and my RPM wasn't okay. That was my mistake. Once again, not enough practicing. Chaton, I will use it to reduce RPM. Take off, wheels up, nose down, 72% RPM. 150 miles per hour, nose up, throttle back. So, not ideal at all. I had a major error. I forgot to set up right RPM. That was a clear and present mistake. And Technochart on once again. I will do transition into straight and level on 800 feet. Minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 43%. She's lowering her nose down. I'm using that time to set up rudder and aileron trim, minus 5% more. When she stops pitching nose down, minus 5% more. She pitches nose down, accelerating, and I've got 0 vertical speed, which is ideal. Heading is ideal. Not letting her pitching nose up, minus 5% more, and minus 5% more. Technochart off, I don't need it anymore. And throttling back to 19 inches. Anyway, I had excessive airspeed, so I was a little bit late on throttling back. but now I'm almost perfectly stabilized. If speed is not enough, so what should I do? Increase, or I will close cowl shutters, let her gain some airspeed. I've got pretty cool engine, I can afford that. Anyway, in 11 minutes it will be first, let's say right, this time to the right 90 degrees turn, and that 15 degree bank angle turn will destabilize my P-40 anyway, so I'm not interested in making it ideal stabilized, but as you can see, it almost ideally stabilized on such a low. On the first minutes of flying, your fuel balance is changing very much. 10 seconds till first right 90 degrees turn, so when your balance changing, your nose pitching down a little bit, turn right, excessive power, 1.5–2 inches of extra power, pulling up a little bit, 15 degrees bank angle, turning left. My new heading is gonna be 240. Not letting her gain altitude. My mistake. She has accelerated, so she will be stabilized on that attitude without me pulling up. And throttle back. I don't need excessive airspeed after I level up. 240, under turning 30 degrees, you retard the throttle. My banking angle wasn't okay. 240 leveling up. That's not usual for me to do right formation pattern and right-handed. So my right standard 15 degrees bank angle turn isn't so good as the left, so I should practice more. And 30 seconds till second right 90 degrees turn. As you can see, P-40 isn't stabilized at all. I had extra airspeed, excessive airspeed. Now I have, I would say, maybe not enough, but anyway, you can afford that on formation pattern before you complete second 90 degrees turn. Pulling up, watch bank angle. She's accelerating. Do not pull up too much, do not pull up too much, that's too much. 330 is gonna be my next heading, and under turning 30 degrees, that's 300, I will retard the throttle back to standard straight and levels, 19 inches. So she will decrease her airspeed. I don't need excessive airspeed when I'm level. I need it when I'm banking. Okay, fine. And in case of group flying, I would see my teammates rejoining me with a zero distance from the right, because they would do takeoff 30 minutes later than me, one after each other, and would do first and second right 90 degrees turns 15 degrees later after one each other. So 330, yes, perfect. I would say my power is too much. I need 19.0. Okay, 18.9 I'm not able to set 19.0. 18.9. 18.9 will be good. Maybe. Let's wait and see. Okay, she's stabilized. I'm opening up cold shutters a little bit. Those cold shutters, they almost neutral position. You can adjust, you can fine-tune your airspeed with opening up those cold shutters. Okay, once again, mass balance has changed, and she pitched her nose down a little bit. So I increase my power 19.4 and open cowl shutters much more, because there are those 0.4, 0.5 inch manifold pressure was too much, and by opening cowl shutters you're able to fine-tune your airspeed. So my third right 90 degrees turn will be a takeoff time plus 13 minutes 0 seconds. My takeoff time was 10 hours 6 minutes 0 seconds, so 10 hours 19 minutes 0 seconds will be my third right 90 degrees turn right timing. Quite long lag between second and third 90 degrees turns, 6 minutes. So you in case of group flying, you're able to form up any desired formation you need. Close formation, spread formation, echelon, any way of any type of formation you need. I should watch my clock stopwatch. So it's 30 seconds till third 90 degrees right turn. 25 seconds. Very stabilized, no wind, no turbulence. Grade 240. And turn right. Excessive power. Do not pull up too much. During right turn you should pull up less than during left turn. Excessive power is okay, bank angle is okay, vertical speed is almost zero. That will do. Throttle back, pull up, not let her lose altitude, and 060 is my new desired heading. Leveling up. I was a bit early on leveling up. I've lost some altitude while turning. Now I have excessive airspeed, so she's pitching nose up and increasing her airspeed. I don't want that. I need stabilized, straight on level flying. And it's 25 seconds till fourth, right 90 degrees turn. After completing that turn, I will see my airfield and landing strip right on my 12. Right on my 12. And turn right, pull up, extra power, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, 150 is my new heading. Someday I should do the right strafing pattern circling, but I'm not ready for that yet. Only formation pattern to the right, that's normal, is just as I said, absolutely fine. I'm not able to see that runway, so it's behind my underneath my canopy. Pinocchio nose, or how you call it, Pinocchio nose, that P-40, and that's how my altitude feels like. Okay, I've lost 3 degrees of heading. That's my bad. I wasn't following my instrument panel gauges. So turn left. New heading's gonna be, I would say, 060. I will do some route flying over the English coast. Let's go to Eastbourne maybe, and then turn left, turn back west. .060, and right away Technochat on, I do transition into stabilized climbing attitude, plus 5% elevator trim, RPM up to 72%. She's pitching nose up rather to 35, 34. She stops, pitching nose up, plus 5% more. Pitch nose up, plus 5% more. I do plus 5% more each time she stops pitching nose up. Plus 5% more. And plus 5% more. Techno-chat off, I didn't need it anymore. Throttle forward to 26.5, 27 inches. 26.4, perfect. She stabilized. That was executed. Excellent. Excellent consequence, excellent mission part, transitioning from stabilized straighten level to stabilized climbing attitude. I practice a lot, so I do that very well. As you can see, vertical speed gauge is stationary, absolutely stationary, but I need to adjust. No manifold pressure governor on that P-40's engine. That's beautiful. You need to be more precise, more accurate when managing your controls. But I just love how stabilized she is. I just love it. I will climb 3,000 feet and that's gonna be my route flying altitude or route flying, I don't know how to say it. Some English speaking guys call it route flying. Some call it route. Maybe US guy from south, from Texas, call it route flying. From New Jersey guys call it route flying. From New York. Okay, techno-chat on, transitioning into straightened level. Minus 10% elevator trim. RPM down to 43%. I didn't touch my cowl shutters. She's pitching nose down, that's quite long. I used that time to set up rudder trim and aileron trim, minus 5% more, not letting her pitch nose up, minus 5% more. I don't need increasing vertical speed, I need increasing air speed, minus 5% more. And by decreasing elevator trim, I pitch her nose down and she's accelerating without touching throttle. 40%, techno-chat off, I don't need it anymore, and throttling back to 20 inches. Very well. I thought that was very well executed, but I saw I've lost 4 degrees of heading. That's unacceptable. That's a major mistake for me, for such a good weather, for such a good airplane for me. And my power is insufficient. 19.8 was not enough. 20.1 will be enough, I would say. Close cowl shutters a little bit, and one click rudder trim to the right. 85% was too much. 83, 84 will be good. And now I will fly 060 a little bit to get myself deep into the English coast territory. Maybe I should do 045, but anyway, I ain't got too much time for that. That's a route flying simulation. I would like that. I would like to have the second Opel Blitz and tank wagon convoy somewhere there. So I would do very long mission towards Vernon or Mans or Rouen or Ovro, and I would like to have 6 or 7 hours long mission time, but that's unavailable. Thanks God there is SLT SteelSkies server. That's a proper training playground for me. Always available, always no turbulence, always good weather. Thank you Breaker, or thank you that German squad for running that server. Unfortunately, I don't know your Discord, no forum topic for that server. I would like to express my appreciation for those guys. That's a very good thing. Almost more than 10 years of this game, multiplayer in this game, and still you've got nowhere to fly. Russian speaking guys from historical air war training server ask that guy who is server's master to switch on training server. They ask that on a regular basis, every week, every 2 weeks. Nowhere, you've got nowhere to fly, but that's not healthy, that's not good. This game isn't good. User should always have opportunity to play any mission he wants, and if you have time and you feel good to have a dinner, you shouldn't start your catering business yourself. So if you want to fly, you shouldn't start your own server. You shouldn't spend your time and attention and efforts to study that mission editor, stupid mission editor, to challenge all those bad things in multiplayer. In this game is very bad for multiplayer, for organizing multiplayer servers. So if you want to play, you should be able to play in one click without any additional efforts. So let's find out where we are. That's that small pond and some town. That's a Petersfield, Horndine and Midhurst. So will be on my 1 o'clock, I would say. Once again, I'm losing heading, not good. So I should open my cowl shutters more. So my vertical speed gauge will be stationary on 0 level. When your vertical speed isn't 0 perfect, your airspeed is also changing. Your airspeed trend will be like wave. You should have a flat airspeed trend. So when your airspeed is constant, it's very easy for you to maintain. It's the easiest condition for maintaining heading. So you trim your airplane exactly like you want. So my P-40 has got the slightest banking tendency. So she's she's got tendency to maintain her zero bank angle, and that's very convenient for you in terms of maintaining heading. Of course that route flying is simulated. I don't need that route. I'm following from here to here and back here. I could do straight to the bridge, but I'm missing that route flying. That's a good part of gaming for me. I love it. So my altitude is constant, vertical speed is constant, heading isn't 060, it's 059. Let's make it 060. One click rather to the right. Once again. The 061 isn't good also. Oh, she's stabilized. And this town will be probably Hausmerk. I've got nothing to say about those guys who supported that. This is not a navigator's toolkit. We should have proper navigator's toolkit, and I'm almost 100% sure in the next game we will not have that. With that developers management, higher management personnel, I'm almost 100% positive they will not do that. They do not praise realism. They fly Wings of Liberty 10-12 minutes sorties. They've got complete garbage if you ask me. That's not a combat aviation simulator game, that's something else. I can accept Berloga type flying, the way guys fly Berloga, that's normal for Berloga, but this game is beautiful when you've got your airplane icon on map, when you need to find where you are, when you need to know where you are by landmarks, terrain features, by using your map. That's a Dan's Fault airfield to my 8 o'clock, and the next terrain feature will be Horsham and Dorking and railroad between them and Crowley. Okay, she's losing weight because of that's my bad. I need to switch to auto lean mixture settings. To preserve fuel. Because I want to strafe that convoy and then do return to base route flying, simulated of course route flying also. When you're decreasing your mixture to auto lean, you're creating higher temperatures. You're making cylinder temperatures higher, and that's why your fuel efficiency is rising. So you waste less fuel for the same engine power. So you waste less fuel because of that, but you waste your engine parts reliability on durability. So you're gonna need to repair or change your piston, cylinders, your engine, your shims, rims, how you call it, in your engine earlier, and that could be a problem. I follow that historical AirWar Discord when they planning the server with very short missions. I will not say they are stupid. That will be dead server. I could say it even today, but anyway, they introduce provision, fuel and ammunition counting system. That's such an incompetent thing to do. Fuel, I can understand. Fuel is critical, ammunition is critical, but my friends, engine parts was the best. New engines and engine parts to repair your engine was the best, was the most crucial supply ingredient of those airfield supply. So not provision, of course, not ammunition. You always had a lot of ammunition, but new engines and engine parts, that was crucial. You needed to preserve your engine, you needed to have a good supply of engine parts, because that was very, very important. Each pilot, each crew member wanted to have a best repair and maintenance routine, so to decrease the possibility of having some unreliability problems in flight, of losing your pilot, of losing your airplane because of bad reliability. So those spare parts were very, very crucial. Not provision, not ammunition, but spare parts. And I would appreciate, I would praise guys who would calculate, who would do some statistics of power settings used. So those guys who fly like me, who use realistic power settings, realistic air speeds on route flying, they would have much more reliable engine, much less maintenance needed, much less spare parts needed, so they would have better statistics, for example, or something better. They would earn better for the teams, for the team. And those guys who fly like almost 100% of players fly on a highest possible manifold pressure, highest possible RPM, just only not to break your engine during your flight time. So when you land it, that engine goes to waste. You need to repair that engine. You need to change that engine. So if those historical Air War server master or developers would count on realistic statistics of spare parts and engine reliability, I would appreciate that. But that's ridiculous to count provision, count fuel and count ammunition. That's ridiculous, guys. Absolutely unhistorical, absolutely unrealistic. So where I am, that was Crowley, I would say. No, that was East Greenstead. Yes, definitely that was East Greenstead. And Crowborough is, and Royal Tunbridge Wells is on my 11 and 1 o'clock. That's very nice. I would like to hit Eastbourne after I complete my right 90 degrees turn, and after passing the Eastbourne I will do I will go towards the channel to fly over the sea. So this is for regarding that navigator's toolkit. I should have always my route painted on map, and I should do markings. I should watch my timing and do markings with a timing noted next to that mark. That's normal navigator's routine. That's very important for you to know where you are. And I will repeat, I'm absolutely 100% sure they will not do that normal navigator's toolkit in the next game. They working on the next game. We waiting for announcement in 3 months period. I will not be surprised they will not have those pencil, ruler, circle, well, all the navigator's toolkit. You need to work with your map, like in Silent Hunter 3 20 years ago, 11 years ago, or 19 years ago, almost 20 years ago. We had a normal toolkit in Silent Hunter 3 and no any toolkit in Il-2 Штурмовик yet. what would you like to say about that? That's somebody is responsible for that. Some persons who are higher management and developers team, they see the gameplay playing drunk, maybe 10-12 minutes sorties on Wings of Liberty. That's, well, I can accept that that's good for them, but they're not stupid, they can understand there are a lot of other players with different playing style, different gameplay favorable for them. It's a great developers, management, personnel, disrespect for users, for players. It's almost 20 years without normal navigators, tools. More than 20 years, and 19 years ago in Silent Hunter 3 that was normal toolkits, navigators toolkits. They definitely could do that in this game, but they not fit to do that. They do not want to do that, and once again I'm almost 100% sure they will not do that in the next Il2 series. They working right now. So where I am, this town is gonna be Hatfield. Yes, Hatfield has got small pond to the west of, and the shape and form of this town is looks like it's Hatfield. Heathfield, sorry. So no wind on this map, Hailsham, Polgate, and this born on my 12. So my route flying is okay today. I'm wasting too much time for that route flying. Too much time, but what can you do? Only 4 hours long that mission. Thanks God we've got SteelSkies servers with great 4 hours time missions, long mission, and I was 30 minutes late. That was my bad. Okay, let's turn right to 45-degree right turn. New heading is going to be 225, and in case of group flying, we would have spread abreast formation with 3 airspeeds intervals. My airspeed is 87-88 meters per second, so our intervals would be 250, 260 meters, and the delay turn to maintain that formation after completing this turn would be 7 seconds delay. It's 5 seconds if you got 60 degrees turn, 3 seconds if you're planning 90 degrees turn, 11 seconds if you're doing 30 degrees turn, 0 0 seconds if you're doing 180 degrees turn, and 7 seconds if you do 45 degrees turn. I mean heading degrees, whatever bank angle you've got, you just need to do it the same all group members, so your turn radius would be the same for everyone. To maintain your spread breast formation, you need to do that guy who is outside of the corner should start first, and another guy should start second with exact 7 seconds delay if it's 45 degree turn. And after completing that turn, you will see each other to 9 or 3 o'clock once again. You just gonna swap places, but you will maintain spread breast formation, which is crucial for watching your teammate 6. That's safe, that's comfortable, that's the way you need to do your route flying or route flying. So this town is Seaford and New Haven. Brighton is over there. Soldin, that's New Haven, and Seaford is on my 12. I've lost. And there is airfield. I remember that airfield. I think I've made a crash landing on A20 on that airfield someday that was streaming on my, oh no, that was P-40 maybe. I did, maybe I'm mistaken, I can't remember, but that airfield looks familiar for me. Yes, definitely I did not Bailey landing. I was out of fuel because of damages, and I was performing a landing procedure with engine not working. Both engines stopped. That was quite a challenge. That white island is visible. I've got 18 kilometers to White Island. It's quite visible. Good weather, that's possible. Okay. So the next I should do, that route flying will eat the major part of my timing. That's unfortunate. But what can you do? My strafing technique is already well, not excellent, maybe good, maybe almost good. I'm sorry, I forgot to... My volume was not enough. I'm sorry for that. Okay, now I'm stabilized. That's why it's so important to set up stabilized attitude, so your vertical speed is 0. That helps you to maintain your heading without putting too much effort to control your instrument panel. So I control it, I watch it all the time, but my P-40 is very stabilized. I did everything right to make it that way, and that gives you a lot of free your time, that free your attention to look around, to work with your map, to chat with your teammates. My heading isn't okay, that's not 225, that was 226, and now it's 225. And that's when I should start turning right. Once again, 45-degree right turn, 45 degrees right turn, banking right, extra power, pulling up. 270 is my new heading. Leveling up, no excessive airspeed, absolutely fine. Okay. And I'm hitting that southern part of that white island, so somewhere here I will turn 030. That will be my approach heading. Then I will visually appraise the range toward the target, turn left. No, I will switch to combat mode. Then turn left 90 degrees left, that will be 45 degrees bank angle, and then we'll go perpendicular to my AAA standard suppression pattern heading, attack heading 030, that will be 120. I'm sorry, 300, and I will pick up the right moment for braking right, and I will brake right and do my AAA suppression pattern. And I say I will, let's say I will not do second attempt this time. I practice that. I will practice that in next mission probably. Because I'm running out of time and I need to do good strafing, and then route flying back to simulated route flying back to Eastbourne or at least Brighton and back to my blue airfield, and that return to base route flying will be on a low level to be stealthy, to refresh my low level skills. This terrain, English coast, is very complicated, very hard for that low level flying. That's not a Stalingrad plains, not Kuban. Kuban is ugly. Kuban is ugly with all those three lines, 1800 and 090270 heading exactly. That's ugly. Hello, developers management. How could you do that for us? Such an ugly map. I know how could they do that. They drink and play very short missions. That's irrelevant for them to have a toolkit, navigator's toolkit, to have a long missions, to have a good multiplayer gameplay. So that doesn't affect them because of the manner of, because of the gaming playing manner and the way they play the game. But for me, for many players, it's important to have more realistic gameplay, to have more options, to have more ranges between airfield and your ground or sea target, to have more time. If you got 6 hours long mission, you, let's say you do good for any player. Those who can play short missions, those who want to play short mission, they able to play those missions, and those who want to play 3 hours missions, they also able to play that, to perform those missions, very long sorties. And that should be awarded in statistics or somewhere. But when you've got Wings of Liberty style short missions, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes missions, sometimes less than that, you losing users. Those users who okay with playing 10-12 minutes missions, they will be there, but other players, other users, other customers who could play your game, they will not be there. They will stop playing or will change simulator to DCS or some other game. Jason Williams is doing combat pilot. Oh, I'm too close. I'm too close. Okay, I will not do any adjustments, any navigational adjustments, any left-right shifting. I just got no time for that. That was a decent route flying. Quite decent route flying that was. And I'm approaching my target. I've been explaining earlier, I need to approach somewhere here and turn right. I'm approaching somewhere here, not there but here. So minor mistake, minor navigational mistake. So I will turn 300 and establish combat mode right away. That combat mode will include higher RPM. RPM will be 3/4 RPM level, 72% actually. Mixture on auto reach and throttle on 30 inches. And I will reduce elevator trim to 25-26%. That's about 7 on that gauge. And once again, I must say my route flying isn't good, because I'm losing heading. That's third or fourth time when I lost 4-5 degrees of heading. That's not good. That's my bad. That's unacceptable. P-40 is excellent, the most comfortable airplane to maintain heading. I should watch my artificial horizon. Of course I should watch my 6. I don't watch my 6. That's my bad also. I know no one's here. No one will jump on me. Okay, that Sandon Town I can see, that Bambridge I can see already. My approach is, I would say, excellent if I would do combat mission, but this is a practice mission. I would like to practice more complicated approach. In terms of combat mission, that's excellent, but you will not have zero wind speed conditions on combat mission. So this area, this point is a breaking right area, so you need to get that initial AAA suppression pattern point. You need to get into this point with heading perpendicular to your AAA suppression pattern heading. My AAA suppression pattern heading will be 030, and 300 is my heading. Is a heading you need to approach that area. So if I turn, let's turn right, that's 30 degrees right turn. 11 seconds delay would be applied in case of group flying. And right away after completing that turn, I'm quite far. Technochat on. Transition into combat mode. 3/4. Calf shutters. Auto reach mixture settings. And 30 inches. I'm losing altitude, not good. And I forgot to set up my I've lost. I was too late on brake right timing, almost too late. My bad, but that's not too bad, because in case of group flying, anyway you will do that brake right mission part with I think about 5 seconds delay, so some of you would do it earlier than you need that, and some group members would do that later than you need that. And once again, I repeat, I will not do any second AAA suppression pattern attempt. You need to do some waving already. I forgot to set up my track IR. Some waving. That was a nice AAA suppression attempt. So now evasive maneuvering. Something's wrong with my airplane. I forgot to reduce. I got not enough airspeed some reason, but that's okay. I will not do rejoin pattern. I will do half of that rejoin pattern to 1-0. Okay, adjust throttle. You should have 30 inches and do 180, 45 degrees bank angle. The next, I should get above the target, get to the target, and that procedure is also quite challenging. You need to do that in a standard way. You need to do that standard procedure of getting your group right above the first or last vehicle on that convoy. So my base heading, my attack heading will be 300. You moving in the vicinity of the target with heading opposite to your attack heading, or your base heading like I call it. So 2/4 or opposite to 300 is 120, and you pick up the right timing for left 90 degrees turn to approach the target. Now I pick up the right timing, that will be 90 degrees turn and delay, 3 seconds delay for that turn, disregarding that's a different banking angle. That doesn't matter, you just need to do that standard. And now I I understand I'm not able to see the target, but anyway, you need to pick up the right timing for your final left 90 degrees turn. After completing this that turn, you should see your target on your 12 o'clock. I could see those buildings, and I pick up, not yet, not yet, not yet, and now turn left. Complete 90 degrees left turn, 45 degree bank angle. When I'm 300, I'm gonna watch. I knew that was too early, as you can see. I needed to aim that vehicle, that first vehicle right next to that compound, and I was too early on my final 90 degrees turn, but anyway, I will do 3/4 shifting, a little bit early 90 degrees turn. Now I'm circling. First circle will be, of course, flat circle, and in case of group flying, I would count my that's very complicated to explain for me. We would regroup from close formation into circling formation. That's very complicated for me to explain, and I've got no time for that. Sorry for not explaining that. I will explain only my 3/4 shifting. My base heading is 30. After completing of 3/4 of that circle, I will level up and do 4 seconds straight and level flight, maybe 5 seconds. And proceed with my left turning. Those 5 seconds was too much. 3 seconds were okay, but anyway, I'm okay. And the next circle will be profiled circle. What does it mean, profiled circle? Under turning 150 degrees to my base heading, attack heading, I will stop turning, level up, and start climbing. My climbing vertical speed will be between 2,500 feet per minute and 3,000 feet per minute. Well, 300 plus 150, that's 090. Trim down, trim down, trim down, trim up, trim up, trim up, and I will climb, trim down. I will climb to altitude, target's altitude plus 1,000 feet, that's 1,200 feet, because my target is 150 feet high. And then I turn left, adjust elevator trim, watch my airspeed. Airspeed is, I've already done a mistake. This first profiled circle is irrelevant because of insufficient altitude. I will not do firing this time, but I will see where I am in compared to my target. Actually, that's a quite decent approach. I could do firing. That was a hit. That was a hit, and what can I say? So That was a hit, but I think I was a little bit late on the trigger. And the next profiled circle will be much better because I've gained some energy. So now I will climb with the same procedure, will get me higher than previous attempt, previous circle. 090, I'm leveling up, and 090 I'm climbing. Where is my target? Watching my vertical speed. Trim up, trim up, trim up, trim down. My target is okay. Trim up, trim up, trim up, trim up. Trim down, trim down. Okay, heading is okay. Altitude is almost there. Turning left, 45-degree bank angle climbing turn. Adjust my elevator trim full up, minus one circle. Airspeed is fine, and I'm absolutely fine on my target. Now we'll climb another 400-500 feet. She starts climbing by herself. When she stops, pitching nose up, I pull up very gently, very gently, until indicated airspeed is 110 miles per hour. And now I dive. Quite shallow approach, I must say. I need 3/4 shifting. I will do that next attempt. That was a convergence range. Good hit, good hit. So I definitely need 1/4 shifting. No, I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm okay. No 3/4 shifting, no 1/4 shifting, no 2/4 shifting, no base shifting needed. So I bet next standard circle will get me on a decent, beautiful, nice, steep strafing pass I like. She starts climbing immediately when leveling up. Trim down. My airspeed is too much. That's efficient. That gives me efficiently base shifting. That's not good. Not good. I don't want to be too close to the target. Once again, 45-degree bank angle, adjust an elevator trim, maximum -1 circle, watch airspeed, it should be less than 150 miles per hour indicated, more than 140 miles per hour indicated, and I would say I need 3/4 shifting. I will adjust my climbing heading. I will do that not 090, we'll do that 095. My altitude will be okay, wait a little bit more, and pull up. This approach will be steep, nice steep approach. And dive. Yes it is, it's steep, just like I wanted. Steep approach is good approach. Steep strafing pass. Bad aiming. I had messy left banking movement that caused me losing time, and that wasn't convergence distance That was messy. Strafing pass. And because of my base heading, real base heading wasn't 300, was 320. I don't need 3/4 shifting for now, I would say. Trim down, trim down, trim up, trim up, trim down, trim down, trim down, trim down. Perfect vertical speed, maybe too much, but I don't mind. Banking left, airspeed is okay, not less than 140 miles per hour. Absolutely fine approach. Let's repeat, let's make it another steep strafing pass, leveling up. She starts pitching nose up by herself without me doing anything. When she stops pitching nose up, or if she doesn't pitch her nose up because of different mass balance, I'm pulling up very gently, very gently, not to be too early on diving. Okay, decent steep strafing pass, decent, excellent. That was an overshoot, a little bit overshoot, and I need 1/4 shifting. 1/4 is 210. I will do 1 second 1/4 shifting. Level up 1 second. Proceed with my left. Turning, I should stay stealthy, I should decrease my altitude, get closer to the surface. Do not hit the surface. That was unsafe, unnecessary. Trim down, trim down, trim down. I don't need too much vertical speed. Trim down, trim down, trim down, trim up, trim up, trim up, and turn, climbing turn to the left. Adjust elevator trim, maximum -1 round. Airspeed is okay. Positioning up is not okay. I didn't need that 1/4 shifting. That was misjudged by me. But anyway, you can correct yourself. You can adjust your and let's pull up. Pull up very gently. That approach will not be so steep. Yes, it's gonna be quite shallow, but anyway, much steeper than all the guys do. Shallow approach is also acceptable. You saw that. You saw that. I missed the treat, I would say. I'm working with my elevator trim only, do not pull up or push stick, and leveling up. Once again, it was too close for comfort, but trim down, trim down, trim down. Do not trim down, trim down. Don't let her climb more than 3,000 feet per minute, faster than 3,000 feet per minute, and be ready to turn left. That's much better. Airspeed is absolutely fine, and leveling up almost 300. Perfect circling, perfect strafing pattern, perfect. She's climbing by herself. When she stops climbing, I pull up very gently, and that will get me right in my initial diving point for strafing pass. I wait a bit and pull up. I feel I was too far from objective to be not too shallow. That's quite decent steep approach. I'm working with my elevator trim constantly to set my aiming mark on that vehicle. That was a hit, but not convergence. I don't know if I was too early or too late. But definitely that vehicle will burn down, will maybe explode, so I should switch to the next. I ain't got too much time. I got only 40 minutes left, and each my circle is 2 minutes 20 seconds, so I ain't got too much time. I was too late, that was my bad. I was too late on jumping, on leveling up and start climbing. My vertical speed was too much. That gives you efficiently base shifting. And if your vertical speed is too low, that gives you 2/4 shifting. Of course, you need to maintain standard pattern, because that's important for group flying. That standard pattern makes you more efficient and makes your group flying much more safe and comfortable and convenient for all group members. Not that garbage like other players' squads do above the target. Great steep approach, great steep approach. I switch to the next vehicle. Very steep, good. Overshooting, once again my mistake, my bad gunnery, overshooting. That was, for some reason I switched a little bit my rudder trim to the right, because you could hear that click, that my fuel tank was now empty, and my wing fuel tank is now operational, how you say it. I feed my engine from my wing fuel tank, left wing or right wing, I don't know. I love P-40, but I'm not so much expert in design and construction of that. I know a guy who read all the books, but he's very weak player. Why should you know that information? Why should you read all those books and memorize them if you're weak? That overshooting problem is my major problem. I should practice more to get rid of that. But anyway, this time strafing pass will be quite shallow. Yes, it is very shallow. Nice hit, but not a splash. Probably my burst are too short. I shouldn't be so conservative on my ammunition. I should do fraction of a second longer bursts. Let's increase airspeed, or it will be effectively 2/4 shifting for me. I don't need that. I was already too far from objective previous attempt. Let's make it closer. And once again, if you see you're lagging behind of your teammate, you're not in position, you can adjust your vertical speed, and by adjusting that you can catch up. Okay, now I did that catch up. I'm okay. This time will be decent, nice, steep strafing pass. Not too much, not very steep, could be steeper than that. I was too early, I could feel that. Once again overshooting, very bad gunnery. I do not feel well. Very bad gunnery. Not excellent approach, not excellent strafing run, strafing pass, diving pass, and very bad gunnery. Okay, vertical speed is okay. I can see the target. Trim up, let's make it faster. And turn left. -45 bank angle. My positioning is absolutely fine. My ranging is okay. Good range to the range to the target. This time it will be a steep approach. Very gently, very slowly pulling up. And dive. Not steep, but much steeper than last time. That was a good hit. I will not. I will switch to another vehicle. That vehicle had 2 good hits, not splash. Maybe because I didn't hit fuel tank or oil tank or engine compartment. I should aim 1 meter to the right. But definitely that Opel Blitz is destroyed. Yes, it is. Oh, that was my big mistake. Very big mistake. I've slapped my 095 heading. Unacceptable. That's why you need to practice. I did that 3 weeks ago, I think. Yes, definitely. Exactly 3 weeks ago. Well, that's not too bad. Such a ugly multiplayer after 10 years in this game, and I would say Jason Williams didn't do anything also. I hope he will do good this time with Combat Pilot. Good steep approach, good steep approach. Bad gunnery once again. I was too late. My mistake caused me have a clumsy circling pattern, climbing pattern. Then I was too close and too steep. Diving, I had not enough time to aim that target, but the good thing you saw that vehicle exploded. So my gunnery is quite good. One or two passes and Opel Blitz is once again I'm doing that mistake, and Opel Blitz is done. Once again clumsy pattern. That vehicle is also done. I could switch to next. You can, the magic unrealistic button, you could see that vehicle is done, even it's not burning, not fuming, not smoking, but game considers that Rocket Blitz is destroyed, and I will do next, right next to those trees. That's gonna be shallow approach. Overshooting once again. I switch to the, I change base heading, 90 degrees base heading rotation. Without changing base point. So my base heading was 300 and now it's gonna be 030. Target's profile will be not so big. I will strafe those Opel Blitz and tank wagons from behind, so not so wide target profile I will have this time, and that will cause I will need much more accuracy on 030. As you can see, I'm too far to the left from the target. That minor mistake. I waited 14 seconds and I should wait 12, 13 seconds, but anyway, not a big deal. I will adjust that on my next circle. Next circle will be profiled circle, so I will do a jump or climbing on heading 030 plus 150, that's 180, and I will do effectively 3/4 shifting by adjusting my climbing heading 5 degrees left. So 190 I will level up and start climbing. 185 is my climbing heading, it's okay. Airspeed is okay, all set, perfectly set. My target altitude didn't change, so it's 1200 feet when I start climbing turn. For standard circling pattern, that standard circling pattern contains standard initial diving point, which gives me standard strafing pass. That's very convenient for your efficiency, for your accuracy, to have balanced airplane. This strafing pass, I bet, will be very shallow, very shallow. Well, yes, quite shallow, but I don't mind. That was a hit, but no splash. Once again, I need to do my burst a little bit, fraction of a second longer. And that was quite shallow strafing pass. Let's make it let's make it steeper, but anyway, that was the first circle. I had insufficient altitude. That's very important. Next attempt, next circle, I will get to almost 3,000 feet. That will be sufficient altitude. And I need once again three-quarter shifting. I will do that by adjusting my climbing heading. Not one. That's another mistake of mine. I shouldn't have 150 185. I should have 175. Well, that's a major mistake from my side. That was a major mistake. I shouldn't do those mistakes, but anyway, that's much better. Altitude is also good. Airspeed is not enough, a little bit, but anyway, I will do okay this time. Wait a little bit more, and pull up very gently, pull up until airspeed is 110 miles per hour indicated. And dive. Good altitude. Quite steep diving. That was a hill. That was a convergence range. That was a decent approach, decent steep strafing pass, and very nice gunnery, very good gunnery. And not short burst. I adjusted my burst. I've made it a little bit, fraction of a second longer. That was excellent. Excellent. I've got 20 minutes. That means I've got 8 or 7 circles left, and I need to return to base, or I will not have enough time to get myself to my airfield and do overhead brake pattern and landing. I would like to have complete mission. And that strafing I will do maybe in next week, maybe in 2 weeks, I don't know. Maybe on June 12th, that will be my day off. That's an Independence Day in Russia. Yes, I could do that. June 12th, maybe. I was too early on pulling up. Anyway, not the most steep approach, quite shallow approach. Overshoot. Not ideal approach. Not ideal strafing pass. And bad gunnery. That's why I like steep approaches. They are the best. But let's make it more vertical speed. I was too far from objective previous attempt. That's why I need 2/4 shifting. By making my climbing faster, I do that I'm sorry, not 2/4 base shifting. By climbing faster, I make that base shifting, so I do my climbing turn earlier. That's gonna be good steep strafing pass. And pull up very gently, very slowly. (110 miles per hour indicated) and dive. No, not steep, not steep. Shallow approach. Shallow approach and bad gunnery. One shallow approach gives you effectively base shifting, so my system, my pattern, how you say it, moderates himself. Governs itself, moderates itself, governs itself. So that's also quite nice, quite beautiful. This game is really beautiful, but drunk guys with 10-12 minutes sorties will not understand that, will not be able to understand that, to feel that, how good this game is. I switch to another vehicle once again, shallow approach. And very bad gunnery, I was too late on the trigger. I don't like my strafing passes, last strafing passes. I shouldn't be so early on diving, I shouldn't be so early on pulling up. I should wait 3-4 seconds more. Trim down, trim down, trim down, trim up, trim up, trim up, trim up, trim up. And turn left. The airspeed is perfect. Leveling up, leveling up and wait. I waited 3-4 seconds longer and pulling up gently. Let's hope that will not be too steep. That will not be too steep. That's perfect. It was a hit. I was fraction of a second late on trigger. Fraction of a second late on trigger. I should practice and practice more and more. You saw that? That was recording button in this game. How do you like this? Yeah, Unreal Engine will do anything better, but not physics. When I've heard those news, what can you say? Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't want to do any statements. But I'm a little bit worried about physics in combat pilot with Unreal Engine. These games, developers always always find excuses in their game engine limitations, and with Unreal Engine I'm afraid to even to think what limitations will be in Unreal Engine. That was a hit, but not a splash. Now I'm gonna switch to tank plugins. So scratch those Opel Blitz, and I've got only only 4 circles left. I need to return to base, and I ain't got too much fuel also, not only titanium but also fuel. That was a splash. That was a splash. That was a hit, but not a. That tank wagon didn't explode. I was probably too late on trigger once again. And that was a decent steep diving. Let's repeat that. I'm increasing my vertical speed because I'm too far from objective. My range is too low, too far. And pulling up. That will not be too steep. That will be great, perfect steep strafing pass. Oh, not too steep at all. Almost shallow. Once again I was too late. Once again I was too late. Those left-right movements, they are my headache. Maybe I will do something with my settings on my aileron, maybe. I don't know. It was a two good hits, but I could explode. I could cause explosion of that tank wagon if I catch it in convergence range. I was too late on trigger. Definitely too late. And I'm too late on climbing turn. That tank wagon had exploded. Has exploded. Sorry. Oh, that's when you're too steep. That's unsafe, that's unsafe, that's dummy. I'm continuing making those mistakes. and I've got two circles left, and I need to go back, return to base. I do not feel good about leaving too much on the table, but what can I do? Not enough fuel, not enough, well, not enough timing. I would manage my fuel definitely for another 30 minutes maybe. No, not 30, maybe 30. But I need, once again I'm late, I need to do that simulated route flying or route flying. I need to get myself into that area next to my airfield. I need to get myself into that entering final initial overhead brake pattern approach, initial overhead brake pattern point, approach straight entering area. I need to approach that, to move on that straight. I need to do overhead brake pattern, and I need to do landing, normal landing and taxiing. I like all that routine. That was a nice hit, but this time I think I was too early on the trigger. You saw that too much. By the way, when you see the documentary onboard cameras, or how you say it, gun camera, you see the lights when 50s hit the targets. No lights in this game. How could they do that? Such a disrespect for us players. You would see a lot of lights on that tank plugin when maybe that's because of they got no decent ammo for that 50s, for those 50s. A lot of players who are aware of, who read books, who know the information they say about ammunition isn't good. No, that tank plugin is done. You saw that. That tank plugin is done also. So that was a nice hit. I've made that tank plugin explode from the first attempt, and this gonna be my last strafing run this time. I ain't got no time for any more practicing. Later today maybe I will do A20 Russian commentary stream. Maybe, I don't know. Quite shallow approach, quite shallow strafing pass, but shallow is also good. That was bad. That was example how not to strafe. But anyway, what can I do? I will exit that circle with heading 090. Then I will do transition into standard straight and level stabilized attitude. Anyway, decent, good practicing for me. My efficiency is better than previous attempt. That's good. You need to have your practice. I call it gaining operational readiness program, studying program, training program. That program contains the consequence of missions. You do those missions, you gain your skills, you evolve your skills. Okay, Technochat on, transition into straight and level. First, 15 inches, manifold pressure. RPM, let's say down to 43. And work with your elevator trim. Cowl shutters close. Elevator trim, when it's 40%, you're gonna know. I will do that without Technochat, I can handle it. Just don't crash into the channel. And 20 inches. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. That's 10, 10.70, 10.8, 10.7, elevator trim top gauge readings. And this is my return to base profile is very low. To be stealthy, to look at that beauty, to be stealthy, to be on a low level. I'm closing cowl shutters to increase my airspeed, so that's low level. And while having stabilized straight and level attitude, you can do that in close formation and spread formation, any type of formation. That aerodynamic cushion between your wings and sea surface helps you with your power settings. You don't need so fine, you don't need to set such a fine tuning on your power. But anyway, I see I ain't got enough. I've got 20.0, that's not enough. I will not increase it. I'm gonna let her bounce from that aerodynamic cushion. Beautiful. And I know this, once again, this game is has very ugly visual settings, visibility, so guys could see you 30-40 kilometers from you there is no any sense of flying low level, because that doesn't make you stealthy in real life and game with good realistic visibility that will give you advantage of being stealthy. So when you're egressing from the objective, when you're returning to base, you could be intercepted by enemy hunters who were not able to get you over the target, but they can assume your airfield position, and they can assume your route, your flight route, so they can. Once again, I forgot to establish auto lean mixture settings, and I've increased manifold pressure. That will give me less fuel consumption, but will give my crew chief headache where to find, borrow or steal spare parts for my Allison engine. That's the reality of combat simulation, combat aviation, not provision, denisec, not ammunition, not fuel, but engine spare parts is the key element you need to be supplied with. Now my power is too much. I've got 22.0. Let's make it 21.5 maybe. Yeah, 21.5 is gonna be not enough, but I will close my call shutters dramatically. Here they are, you can see them underneath my engine. I'm sure I will not collide with the sea surface because of that aerodynamic cushion. I don't know how to say it in English. Sorry if that isn't right. We had Skynet streaming, Russian guy. He is not streaming for now. Maybe he took the. Oh, that was dangerous. I accidentally touched the throttle lever on my joystick. .2 isn't enough. 21.5. I need 21.5. I hate those. Yes, 21.5.6 is good, and I've lost 6 degrees of heading, unacceptable, but what can you do with that stupid okay, now all set. And Skynet isn't streaming lately. He's an example of guy whose gameplay is 10-12 minutes sorties you just not able to feel good, to feel joy from those way of playing this game, from that way of playing this game. You just will not feel all the beauty of this game. I know the passionate kills collectors like Tasgun, like any other guys. I know that, I understand that. I do not respect that, but I can accept that. But each player, each user could be managing his own gaming like businessman manages his business to get more profit, to be more profitable. To get more money, to get more positive emotions. The way I play, I think is much, if you let me say, is that the best profitable way of playing. And guys, they suffer from loss of motivation, from not feeling good after playing this game, because the way they play that game is a little bit ugly, not good, not realistic. Maybe that's not question of realism, that's maybe question of ugliness. And those high developers, team management who play drunken or during the hangover period, or have those 10-12 minutes sorties when they use the highest power settings they can get, just not to break their engine. So when they get to the landing after that sortie, the engine is kaput. You should change your engine, because that engine is done already. And on that historical air war, which gonna call front line, they will have just the same. They will count provision, they will count fuel, they will count ammunition, but they will not count engines. That's unrealistic, stupid and ugly. And not because I'm crazy about realism, not at all. But you could manage your game to feel more positive emotions from your game, to have more variable gameplays, to have more parts and ways of gaining those positive emotions, of evolving your skills, not only dogfighting, strafing and bombing and watching statistics, collecting kills. I think that's in Eastbourne Cape. Brighton is on my 9 o'clock, I would say. That's definitely Eastbourne Cape. Let's try and make our way to Freeston airfield. So, if players who are developers team high managers, executive managers, who make vital decisions, if their gameplay is 10-12 minutes, Wings of Liberty style, stupid, drunk sorties with no engine management at all, with no route planning, with no profile planning, with no any order above the target, no any formation, no any organized unit functioning activities. So those guys just not able to feel the full joy of this game, to see the beauty of this game. I do not blame those that hunt the Nil to save or any other developers team member. I blame the whole community because we could fly in a different manner, in a different way. We could play in a different way, but we play as we play, unfortunately. Our gameplay is sometimes ugly, not profitable. People losing motivation because of that, and abandon this game. That's why you've got dead servers, dead game, dead squads. Left 45-degree turn on a low level, very beautiful. That water you can see on the windshield. This is another ugly, unrealistic feature which were added to this game, in my opinion, because of a glancy water surface without any roughness. Look at that water surface, like a mirror. Water surface should have a roughness. 18 years ago in old Il-2 Forgotten Battles, Il-2 Pacific, Il-2 1946, we had a sea surface with a roughness. So that was decent sea surface. You could appraise your altitude because of that roughness. And this game, they always say that's our game engine limitations or something else. I wonder what Jason Williams will say about his Unreal Engine limitations. That I will not say anything, but I do not feel good about that. Unreal Engine is magnificent. I love it. I know Jason Williams will do very, very good work. I will buy maybe I will not fly Japanese airplanes, but I will buy every American US Navy or US Army stuff, content he will present. So that's not an issue for me. I will be happy to buy everything. I need to turn now, I need to jump now, plus 5 or 7 inch and pull up. But look at that sea surface. It's like a mirror, glancy. It should have roughness. That roughness should change. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is 10 out of 10 navigation. I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud I even collided with the tree. That's an experience, guys. That's an experience. I'm proud of myself. I was sure I missed that Freestone airfield. I was 100% right in the middle of that field. That's what I like about route flying or route flying on low level. That's a beautiful, joyful part of this gaming. How can drunk Han playing while being hangover or something like that, playing those 10-12 minutes mission, how can he feel that joy, that interest, that beauty of this game? He's not able to do that. I need to dive a little bit, -5 inches, and push. Because of insufficient power, I should decrease airspeed, and because of loss of altitude, I gain airspeed by applying those things. Simultaneously, I maintain constant airspeed. That's why I'm stabilized while leveling up. So that was a perfect navigation without absolutely no mistakes. That was very rare, and Deanland airfield is probably on my 12 on my 1 o'clock. Yes, exactly on my 1 o'clock. I'm too high, that's not low level. I should be lower than that, but I can see elevation, landscape elevation ahead of me. That's another airfield, so I will not jump anymore. I should adjust my power settings. So those trees I will collide if I do not jump, I think. Yes, +5 degrees, +5 inches, and pull up. Retarded throttle end, and nose down. That's low level. That was low level, but just like I said earlier, this terrain is headache for low level flying, so you will not be low level at any time, like on a sea surface or on Stalingrad plains. To be not low level, higher than low level is dangerous, because enemy hunter could see you and could jump on you, but much more dangerous is to be low, too low. You can hit the tree. I've been watching that map. That map is another disrespect for us players. When it's gonna be headfield on my next time. Oh, this road is a good good terrain feature to start my left 90 degrees turn. I think I'm somewhere here, and Burgess Hill is gonna be my next terrain feature. Excessive power, don't forget extra power. That's decent low level flying. Hills and uphills and downhills on terrain follow each other, so you will not be able to be low level absolutely fine. But anyway, now I need to dive a little bit, -5%. And last time I've been Last time I've been doing that simulated return to base low level flying, I've managed to hit the tree because I've been watching that stupid idiot map. You should be able to see the map without losing control with your side vision, using control of your airplane behavior. Of course that was my mistake, but anyway, I wouldn't have that mistake if developers would give us normal map, normal notebook, normal navigator's toolkit, and all the stuff. So I need to watch no any trees ahead of me, watch my map. I'm somewhere here. Let's watch for railroad. Of course that's not a low level, but I'm not able to dive because I can see the hills ahead. Oh, that's a railroad, great railroad from north to south. I bet there will be another railroad in a short notice. Those railroads, those roads are very, very convenient terrain features to use while flying low level. And flying low level could be a crucial technique in realistic gameplay. Our gameplay is pretty much ugly, unrealistic, and historical. And you can see that city. That's what I call precise navigation. That's Hatfield, no? No, that's Burgess Hill, no? Yes, that's Burgess Hill. I hope it is. Yeah, it looks like it. Barg's. No, that's Hayward's Head, and Barg's Hill is on my 9 o'clock. Thank you. Good weather, thank you. Good visibility, and I should dive. I know where I am right now. I can say it. I would need to put a mark on my map and with my pencil and write down the exact timing when I've been on that mark. Now I'm 0614.7, 0613.9. Next terrain feature is going to be Hanfield Road, and then Coolham Airfield, and very tiny elongated pond before that. Coolham Airfield. I need to dive a little bit, and that's very important to know where you are. This is 0613.9 pond. What's wrong with my altitude? Why I'm gaining? Why I'm climbing? Okay, now I'm stabilized. Add some power. 270 heading, perfect. Stabilized altitude, perfect. Altitude is perfect also. That's low level. Of course I could be lower than that, but you can see That's low level, that's okay. I will hit the trees if I lose altitude once again. And I've got a road, that hitward road, okay. I would mark timing if I would have normal navigator's toolkit, pencil and stopwatch. I know I've got watches, but I need a pencil and maybe some unrealistic feature to place a timing while placing a marker on. I just need to place a marker on my map. Of course, other players shouldn't be able to see my drawings. They should be able to see my drawings 30 seconds after I landed. No, not 30 seconds after I landed. They could use how you say it, a gen message, radio message, a gen, British military slang, and now I am 0612.8. Airfield is on my 12, and I should dive once more. That's not low level. That's beautiful. I would like to fly with my own airfield in close formation or in spread breast formation. That's a cool ham airfield, and the next terrain feature is Petworth, and I will have river and railroad between that airfield and that's look at this. I hope this is gravel runways, not steel plates runways, and this game unfortunately gives you very low roll drag force on steel plates, icy surface on asphalt and tarmac and concrete tarmac, and gravel is very pleasant to taxi because it has less grip and much more rolling drag, and not icy but concrete, asphalt and steel plates. That's a railroad. Steel plate surface has got very high grip, and so you should be very precise while steering, and very low drag, a rolling drag, so you should have very low power settings for normal taxiing speed. And now where I am, that's a river. Petworth is on my 12, should be on my 12. Of course I will not follow any terrain profile. I will jump, increase plus 5 inches and pulling up very gently, maybe more, yes, 10 inches. That's acceptable. I was too late on climbing, on jumping, and now I should not level but dive. Minus 5 inches, so it's 17, 18, not 22, it should be 17. And by your nose behavior, when she's not pitching nose up, when she's not pitching her nose down, you know you've got decent airspeed, exact airspeed for your straight and level, stabilized straight and level attitude, because you didn't change your trim settings. And now I've got excessive speed, and now I'm leveling up. I hope I will not collide with any church tower or anything like that. Should I dive or not? Yes, I should dive once again. -5 inches. Push a little bit to let her lose altitude. Push the stick and pull up and throttle forward. You should feel your airspeed. That's very interesting. In good weather, that's almost pleasant technique. Of course, not so simple as straight and level on low level in the sea, or straight and level on 3000 feet, which I did on route flying towards the target, but still quite comfortable, achievable, practical. And what is this? That's Midhurst. That's gonna be Midhurst, and Petershield, Horndean Railroad will be my next terrain feature. Should I jump? Not yet. And now I should jump +5 inches, pull up and back, throttle back and nose down. That Midhurst. Midhurst, and jump once again. +5 inches, pull up a little bit and nose down once again and throttle back. Do not make you accelerate too much. Do not lose airspeed too much. Let's make it standard airspeed for stabilized straight and level fly attitude. That's convenient, so you don't bother with your attitude after completing those jump or those diving. I've almost collided that tree, and now I should dive a little bit. Nose down, -5 inches. Nose up, +5 inches. She has lost some altitude, but she didn't change her airspeed. That's the key. Airspeed is the key. Airspeed is the key for your stabilized flying. Stabilized flying is the key for maintaining heading, for route flying, for route flying, and for formation flying, jumping. Those hills ahead. Now leveling up and throttling back. I think I remember those hills. Midhurst, Petershield. I've missed that railroad. I wasn't discreet. I don't know where that railroad is. Now I've got those hills. I shouldn't do any diving because they will not see me on those hills. That straight and that low level route flying. My mistake. 6 or 7 times this sortie I've lost heading, 5 degrees of heading. That's unacceptable. I should watch it. I'm too experienced for that. And now, once again climbing. That hill I will not make it over that hill. I should climb. So I pull up and increase power. +10, not +5 inches, +10 inches. That's a road. When you've got high heel, but on your 12 you can do jumping, not +5 but +10 inches. And now I'm diving. I don't need to be seen, and now I've lost another, that stupid 5 degrees of heading. Yes, low level flying on such terrain is quite challenging, quite difficult. Where I am, I'm somewhere West Neon, to the south from West Neon. I shouldn't. Don't tell me I've lost myself. Yes, I've lost. Congratulations. Or you lost where you are, but visibility is 10 out of 10, so fuck. Visibility is 10 out of 10, so I'm diving -5%, -5 inches manifold pressure. And I need some terrain features, some roads, some railroads, some... We've got road. So I bet I 0606.8.6.5. Some ponds. No, some... Oh, that's a... Oppa! I've almost collided that tree. That was my mistake, my bad. You should always know where you are, and I didn't moved the throttle lever on the required position. That was my bad. I've almost collided that tree. I was lucky not to collide with that tree, and that would be my mistake, not a bad map in this game mistake. That was West Neon. No, it couldn't be West Neon. That was Petershield. No, that couldn't be Petershield also. I've lost myself. I confess that. That was West Neon, definitely West Neon. And I am somewhere 0606.9, let's say, and let's dive. I will definitely have a fuel to complete this mission. I will not have timing. Oh, that's an unfortunate. Yes, I am 0606.7. I didn't lost myself, so my navigation is still there. That could be very important in low overcast condition, or to get your group eastland on my 12. Let's wait and see. Or to get your group to the target, and then once again towards your airfield, to have all your airplanes safe landed. That's combat aviation, not only dogfighting and eating up, collecting 12 tanks for the sortie. Okay, you've got 12 tanks, 15 tanks, 20 tanks, then you lose motivation. With such gaming, with such gameplay like I use right now, you will never use your motivation. Your game multiplayer could be like hunting. You should know the forest, you should know the terrain, you should know everything if you are a hunter. Not only good gunnery for you, not only to be stealthy, not only know your prey's behavior or some animal behavior, habits. You should know the forest, you should know the fields, you should know the terrain, you should know the weather, you should know everything, you should know where you are. So this combat aviation simulator could be much more profitable in terms of positive emotion, in terms of good feeling of this from this game if you play it. Okay, I've got Ramsey, I should climb plus 5%, 72 RPM. That's elevator trim plus 5%, plus 5% more. Open call flaps plus 5% more, plus 5% more. That was too early. And plus 5% more. Technichat off, throttle forward. I don't need it anymore. And I climbed to 1800 feet. You can see that elongated small pond. That's my standard terrain feature to find where I am. I will get myself into that approach straight. I've got 20 minutes. I could make it. That was perfect navigation for getting yourself into the. I will paint it on. This is an approach straight. This is the area of entering that approach straight. This area is on my 10 o'clock. This is that pond. I've got myself right in this area to enter that approach straight area, heading perpendicular to that approach straight. That's very important for picking the right timing. And my mistake, I was indiscreet. I've gained too much altitude. That's my bad, but I will adjust that. I could do that. Navigation is much more important. So Lymington, I can see it, that T-junction, this T-junction I can see. So with my heading perpendicular to that approach straight, I will be able to pick up the right timing for final 90 degrees left turn. And not yet, wait a little bit longer. And now I'm too late on that. That wasn't right timing. I'm too late. I should do that 10 seconds earlier. So not ideal navigation. I should start climbing earlier. You would see I will be too far to the right. So landing strip will be too far to the left from my nose canopy. My new heading is 150, altitude is okay. I've lost altitude while turning left, and you can see, I can see that land strip, I'm turning left to make adjustment, left shifting on approach straight to get myself into this point. This is overhead brake pattern initial point, and I've got timing to complete that overhead brake pattern. I'm happy with that. Shifting on left to right, shifting on approach straight I do with very small bank angle. That's important to maintain your spread abreast formation, because you could have enemy fighter attack even on approach. That's not final approach yet, but still. And now bank left, back to 150 heading. Now I'm probably not, no, I'm not too late on that bank left, bank right, sorry, bank right. Altitude is absolutely fine. Yes, I was too late. But anyway, that was... I've got no any server to perform that full program mission. Of course, there was no any flak units. There was no any enemy fighters, and I was alone. That's not group flying, but still, in terms of operational readiness, you need those practice missions to be ready for group flying, for normal group flying, and those practice missions, they good. They're not boring at all. I'm too close to the left, that's my mistake once again. And in 40 seconds I've started my overhead brake pattern. That means the next guy would start 40 seconds plus 15, 55 seconds, and the next in 10 seconds, and next in 25 seconds, and the next in 40 seconds. And after completing 180 turn, I will do 2/4 shifting, opposite heading shifting. It will be 11 seconds. On low fuel you need longer final approach range, because your descent glissade is a little bit shallower with a low fuel. So I would do 11 seconds shifting. I will level up and fly straight and level for 11 seconds, and the second guy would do 11 plus 15 seconds, that's 26 seconds, and the third guy would do 41 seconds, and fourth guy will do 56 seconds, and so on. And that will get all of us in the same initial final approach transition into final approach point. And when you should everything you should do in that case is a standard transition into final approach, and do that final approach, and you will have great landing, comfortable landing with 30 seconds delay. You will cross your runway threshold. I've leveled up in 26 seconds. In 27 seconds I will proceed. Yes. So watch my landing strip. My range, I would say, is fine. I'm not too close, not too far. Do not gain altitude. I've been filling up my glass with water. Technochat on. I'm too close, I would say. No, not too close. Absolutely fine. When it's 240 heading, I will level up and do transition into wheels down, flaps down, stabilized climbing attitude. Level up, wheels down, throttle back and forward a little bit, turning left, RPM maximum, not letting her lose or gain altitude, aileron 90%, aileron trim, elevator trim, I'm sorry, aileron 12%, 22% rudder trim, not letting her lose altitude, technochat off, I don't need it anymore. When it's 125 miles per hour, I extract flaps and lower my nose and add some power. She's absolutely fine, stabilized. So excellent transition into wheels down, flaps down, stabilized approach, and I'm absolutely fine. I'm not overshooting, not undershooting. I love it. That's another part of this game, how you could understand it, how you can feel that if you poor devil who plays on historical air war, who use I just got no words to explain that ugly way of playing that game, beautiful game. And that will be a great approach. You can see I'm adjusting my glissade. Yes, I will do that landing. Bad landing. Oh, not the worst landing. That was actually excellent touchdown. Let's make it without circling on landing run. Good approach is very important, like in strafing. Your takeoff circuit and landing is your best way to practice. And now I'm gonna do high-speed taxiing. That was perfect touchdown. Lately my landings were bad. This touchdown was good. And good high-speed taxiing. I'm doing zigging and zagging. S-turning. I'm applying brakes because I was a little bit late on throttling, on retarding the throttle. Now I adjusting my trim tabs to neutral. This game has got excellent taxiing physics that will cause different airplane behavior with different trims, and I will do normal taxiing. I've got enough time to complete my mission. I'm happy with that. Thank you, breakers. Thank you, that ZG15 squad, German squad, for that server. I would like to express my appreciation, no appreciation to historical air war developers. They switch off the server deliberately because they will not have, because that's an artificial increasing of interest, just the same like on tactical air war. Those guys who had lost the motivation 15 years ago, maybe earlier, they struggle with motivation if no one's playing the server, or not enough people on the server. They lack in motivation, and they artificially increasing popularity by denying people playing the server. You wouldn't believe how often players ask them to turn training server on. I understand they develop the new server, but not every day, not on every case. They just switch off to make people want to play more. They do not understand some guys fit to play every day, or they or 3-4 times a week. They fit to play. They didn't lose any motivation. So that's the greatest disrespect for players, I call it. So no words of appreciation to historical air war or frontline server. They just switch off server with no any reason but to not let people play. Well, that's anyway a dead server. Even Finnish server has got more flight time. The best server is Tactical Air War. I do not play Tactical Air War because of short missions and absence of Technochat. I need Technochat for elevator trim fine tuning, and my way of playing, you could see that on my streams, is the most realistic I know. I don't know anyone who play as realistic as I am, but they always throw in dirt into me when I ask to turn Technochat on. Once again, they just feel happy. Guys who lost motivation, who need extra something for motivation, they feel that motivation when they think they are dominating someone in some skills. Those are losers, I can say, lifetime losers. No respect for such persons. And anyway, whatever opinion you've got, whatever likings you've got, other players should not depend from your likings, from your opinion, from your vision of this game. Each player should have his gameplay set up for his likings, not for metalhead likings or Denisik likings or some other poor devil who struggling to find motivation to play that game. There are a lot of players who fit to play every weekend, every evening. So they should be able to play and play the way they like to play, not the way someone likes them to play. So thank you Breaker, thank you that ZG15 squad for good server which is always available, always good weather, always long 4 hours missions. That mission gave me fine opportunity to complete my practice strafing mission That's a pure joy in this beautiful, nice combat aviation simulator. I don't mind Berloga style flying, I don't mind Wings of Liberty style flying, but that's not the only way you can play this game in multiplayer. And okay, thank you all for watching. That's it for now. I will see, I've got time. Maybe I will be able to do another stream later today. That will be the same server, but A20, that will be Russian comms once again practicing, because guys stopped flying, I've got nowhere to fly. Next Saturday will be event, SG2 event, but once again Wolfert is a great guy, always playing within the group, always playing in group, but such a Wings of Liberty style flying he's got. 2 hours event, why? That took us, they were famous for penetrating deep inside logistics, deep inside enemy territory, and strafing and bombing logistic supplies lines. So you need time for that. You need a very long mission to take off in Tatsinskaya and strafe and bomb Soviet or American convoy near Stupino or Kapustin Yar or Kulkin, and for me to take off on Kulkin and strafe German Opel Blitz column vehicle convoy near Tatsinskaya. That's more than 300 kilometers range. That's great. 3-4 hours mission. And that SG2 Wolfert and the other guys, they are great squad. I would join them if I would play German side. They've got some issues, of course, but anyway, to play in group is much better. But I'm amazed how they also choose Wings of Liberty style flying, very short ranges, less than 100 kilometers from the airfield towards the target range, and sometimes less than 50 kilometers. That's why I do not attempt those events. So anyway, thank you all for watching. That was a very decent, very good mission, and goodbye. See you maybe later today.